Welcome to the Fantasy Beer League, where you get half-decent advice from half-decent guys. I'm your host, Sean Joyce. With me, as always, is Deebo Samuel superfan Justin Giel, our resident fantasy football expert, Matt Senni, and tonight's big loser, Andy Daniels. So, Andy, what went wrong? Why are you in this position?
I would say that everything went wrong.
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't get 100 points. I don't think anything went right.
Oh, that's a bad week.
Robert Woods going down before Sunday's game hurt me, and then just the rest of my team just underperformed, all of them.
Well, that's a shame, my friend, but it is your first punishment of the year, so why don't you do us the honor, and let's figure out what you got to do.
Should I let it play through, or do I?
Oh, you can dig in. I mean, get it out before
Before it rips your hand off.
Man,
Ooh.
made it tight.
Oh, doesn't. Word.
You'd be fingerless.
I have to eat cat food.
Oh.
Ooh.
Are you gonna?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sure. I mean, I don't want to, but...
All right, well, I appreciate you doing it. I'm glad you still have all your fingers so you can eat the cat food. The football would have eaten them out. So, Andy, you can go have a seat in the other room, and we'll call you back when it's time for you to eat cat food.
Word.
So, Justin, please read the fine money owed from last week's episode.
Sure. So just want to point out again that all fines this month go towards Movember. And we have $4 additional going this month, all by you. You asked if pink was a favor, not a flavor, on the poll, and then you cleared your throat during the Panthers-Cardinals game.
I did. That's your job. But
It is, yeah.
I did it last week.
Clean slate for me last week. I didn't do
Yeah,
anything.
good for you. Senni, please read the poll results from last week.
Yes, sir. Will you watch Frank Gore box Deron Williams? It's a 50-50.
Wow.
Yeah.
Solved nothing.
Yeah. I probably will. If I can find it for free.
Yeah, if I can find it, I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Does the fantasy value of Browns receivers increase after Odell's release? A little under 50% yes to a little over saying no. Did you think Jordan Howard would be the running back one for a team in the year of our Lord 2021? 20% say yes to 80% no.
20% of you are liars.
Yeah.
I don't even know he's still in the league.
No.
Will Mike Williams get his season back on track? 43% yes to 57% no.
I agree with the no's.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Do the Steelers love big white tight ends? 89% say yes, and
11% are wrong.
is a liar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's like a fact. Is the ceiling the roof for James Conner? Fuck James Conner. 82% say yes to 18% say no. I don't even know what to say about this guy at this point. Is Sam Darnold suck? 75% yes to 25% no.
25% are wrong.
Do you check out when you leave a hotel? 46% said yes, which is too many people.
Yeah, it's a lot higher than it should be.
54%
that's
said
okay.
no. There's a bunch of Velsies here.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a life hack.
He checked out when we left Pastry Town.
Did he really?
And then Sportsnut Vels16 says shame on that pussy who lives upstairs. He didn't say that, I did. For causing this and not taking the challenge on. What a jerk.
Oh, for when Justin had to do Velzy's punch.
Oh, the shoe, yeah.
I see. That's all we got?
Yep.
Okie dokie. Time for some football talk. We're going to begin in the AFC with a Colts versus Bills matchup. Jonathan Taylor-Thomas may now be the most valuable running back in fantasy football. Now that Derrick Henry has been injured, he's been nothing short of amazing the past few weeks. Do you think his streak of scoring will continue this week, Justin? He's gotten at least one tutty in 7 straight games.
Yeah, I think he scores. I don't know that he's going to be as productive. I'm not expecting a 100-yard game, but I do think he scores in some capacity this week.
All right. I would tend to agree. He's been amazing.
Yeah.
There's no reason to think that he won't score, and even if he doesn't, he'll still have, I'm sure, serviceable fantasy numbers. The Bills' passing offense looked great against the Jets on Sunday, but do you still believe that Zach Moss is a startable option in their running game?
I don't.
Fuck him.
Yeah,
fuck him.
This offense does not go through their running backs. It's a passing offense.
Yeah, and when they do run, it's usually Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Zach Moss hasn't eclipsed 10 carries since week 5. So I can't imagine why you would be starting him.
Yep.
I still hear people talk about him as a flex option, but there's low receiving volume for him. They don't run the ball a lot.
Yep.
I don't see how you can ever feel good about having him in your lineup. all that being said, I think the Bills win this one, but it's closer than expected, 29-25.
Yeah, I'm going Bills.
I do think it'll be close, but I'd say Bills.
Next, we have the Ravens and the Bears. The Ravens
Bears.
offense was shut down on Thursday night by the fucking Miami Dolphins.
How?
I could not believe this.
It was shocking. Lamar Jackson churned out some garbage time points. And just as you say that you can't believe it, this was the thing that was frustrating me watching the game. They were sending like 8 guys every time, and the Ravens receivers just weren't getting open.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to just run slant routes, in-breaking routes, double moves, and get rid of the ball quickly.
Yep.
You make one guy miss, it's a touchdown. I don't know why the Ravens couldn't figure that out. They continued to try and run the ball. They continued to try to run routes that broke to the outside instead of the inside. Poor coaching, in my opinion.
Yep.
So, Ravens, if you're looking for an offensive coordinator, I am available. Devonte Freeman dominated the touches from the running back position, and I believe I saw on the ESPN ticker right before you guys got here that they cut Le'Veon Bell today.
Shocker.
Wow.
Yeah. Do you believe that Devonte Freeman is the running back that should be rostered going forward from this team?
I mean, I think after hearing the news about Bell, I think rostering, but if you're going to start him, I'm not expecting huge numbers from him.
Yeah, it's the same situation with Buffalo where the quarterback is the running back that you want.
He's the running option. That you want.
So rostered, sure. Started perhaps in deeper leagues if you're really desperate, but I wouldn't feel great about him, even if he is the only healthy running back on that team. And I know Latavius Murray is still coming back, so who knows about him? Who knows about Tyson Williams? For the Bears, that fuckface David Montgomery returned from injury last Monday and put up serviceable numbers. Khalil Herbert is droppable unless you're handcuffing David Montgomery. He didn't do anything. It was all David Montgomery. I was very annoyed by that. I needed like 11 points from Khalil Herbert in that game. So, back on hating David Montgomery. Not that I ever stopped. Dumbass. Darnell Mooney scored twice in that game. Mm-hmm. Should he be added and started, Justin?
I think so. He seems to be the top receiving option. Not the most talented receiver on the team, but I think he's the top receiving option on the team. Mm-hmm. I drafted him in this league and cut him just because that offense was dog shit for a long time.
Yeah, still not great, but point is taken.
Yeah. So, I mean, I like him as a flex play.
Yeah, sure. I think he should be added for sure. I think he should be rostered in all leagues. I don't know that I'm starting him. It would depend on your other options, I suppose.
He could be, a bye week fill-in.
But yeah, he's fine. And like you said, I think he has the most upside of all receivers on that team. I think the Ravens win this game 30-23.
Yeah, I'm going Ravens as well.
Yeah, it's a fair score too. I'm going to say Ravens.
Lions play the Browns, two of the historically best teams of all time.
Yeah.
TJ Hawkinson put up a bagel in the Lions tie with Pittsburgh on Sunday.
I was shocked. I kept checking to see if he got hurt.
Only one target, too.
That's insane.
What is your level of concern?
I mean, the Steelers got a good defense, so... And the weather...
Enough.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, to tie the fucking Lions. The weather wasn't that great, so I would take it with a grain of salt, but I'm not super concerned. I think he's still the best receiving option on that team.
He for sure is, and that was a really weird game in terms of game flow. They ran the ball quite a bit.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift had over 30 carries. 2 random dudes broke off long touchdowns while DeAndre Swift was catching his breath, which was kind of annoying as a person who really wanted touchdowns from Swift. But he still had a great game. I'm not concerned at all about TJ Hawkinson. I'm sure he'll get back on track, maybe even as soon as this week. But with the dearth of the position, you need to start TJ Hawkinson. Senny, can you name a Browns wide receiver?
Yes, I should definitely be able to name a Browns wide receiver. Isn't AJ Green on the Browns?
No.
Okay, I'm blanking then. First off, I got so much other shit. Jarvis Landry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
got it.
one. That's
Okay,
one.
you.
Okay. Vince, bring it over. It was a rough game for Cleveland for everyone not named Dearness Johnson. Can you confidently start any Brown who isn't a running back?
I don't think so.
AJ Green is on the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the Bengals, which is the same
No, I
division.
knew that.
Yeah, I'm not confident in anyone on the Browns that is not a running back. If Chubb come back, or I hope Chubb comes back this week.
Yeah, I sure should hope so too.
Yeah, I mean, if he does, I like him a lot this week. I do not think the Lions are a great team overall. They do not have a good run defense. I talked about potentially picking up Donovan Peoples-Jones. He didn't do shit. Yeah, I mean, I'm not liking anyone on the Browns team.
Well, he's got big play upside every week, and thank you for filibustering as long as you did. I wasn't sure if you'd make it.
Yeah, I've learned my role with that.
I hope the monster DeAndre Swift volume continues.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pick a 20-20 tie.
Has a team ever tied in back-to-back weeks?
Let me see.
While you do that, I'm gonna say the Lions get their first win.
They earn it, man. I hope they get one too.
God, they just.
I'm saying Browns.
It's probably the smartest pick. But now we got one of each.
I think the Browns are better.
Well, they're definitely better. I thought the Steelers were better too, but
Yeah, but
2 fumbles in overtime.
No, fuck us.
So 4 times have had 2 ties. No team has ever even tied twice in the same season.
Wow.
Yeah, there's been 4 seasons with 2 total ties since the introduction of overtime.
That's unbelievable.
1986, 1997, 2016, and 2018.
Well, we really suck.
How about that?
Would have rather we just
Fun facts.
Yeah, that's what we're here for.
Is it?
No.
I was gonna say.
Let's talk about something super important: the Texans and the Titans.
Oh God. Let's.
Tyrod Taylor's first game back from injury was not pretty.
Yeah.
Do you still believe he will increase the value of Brandon Cooks, Justin?
I do, just because before he got injured, Brandon Cooks was playing very well. I think he had only scored one touchdown. That would have been awful.
Yeah, that would have been really bad.
I think he only scored 1 touchdown with Tyrod Taylor playing before.
Well, he only played 1 game.
Did he?
Yeah, he played the first game and maybe the first half of the second game.
I didn't realize. Well, then that might be $2. But,
It definitely is $2. Unless I'm wrong, then it's 2 from me. But it's $2 from someone.
yeah. But I mean, Cooks seemed to be playing better with Tyrod Taylor.
He got 14 targets,
Yeah.
so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
They suck.
They're
But
a bad team.
yeah, but Brandon Cooks dominates the target share. I would still have been starting him with Davis Mills, who was terrible. I don't think that Tyrod Taylor is as bad or worse than him. So you're still firing up Brandon Cooks, and I do think things will get better. I think he's more likely to score. I believe he did, actually, the last time they played.
Yeah, he did.
So,
I think it was a late garbage time.
yeah, I mean, well, it's all going to be garbage time. It's not like they're going to win any games.
Yeah.
For the Titans, Derrick Henry is not playing. And without him, are there any options you can feel good about starting? Marcus Johnson led all Titans skill players with 15 fantasy points on Sunday.
I mean,
You never heard of him, right? I've never heard of him.
That's why it's funny.
I've never heard of him. I still think it's hard to rule out A.J. Brown against a team this bad.
Agreed. A.J. Brown is the only other one I'm starting.
Yeah.
Not Julio. Not any of the running backs. Deontay Foreman is probably the top option, but I don't feel good about any of them. It's him and Adrian Peterson. Neither of them are going to catch very many passes. And Jeremy McNichols has not been as involved in the passing game as I would have liked to have seen. So A.J. Brown is currently the only Titan I'm advising starting. Perhaps Tannehill if you need a bye week fill-in.
Yeah.
Tighten up, 31-15.
Yeah, tighten up.
Tighten up.
Packers play the Vikings in an NFC North matchup. Aaron Jones suffered an MCL sprain and is expected to miss 1 to 2 weeks. What should we expect to see from A.J. Dillon in his absence, Justin?
I think he's going to fill in great. He's got a lot of talent, and when it comes time for Jones to leave the team, I think Dillon's going to take over that backfield.
The man's got thunder thighs.
Yeah.
He's a strong runner, hard runner. I've talked a lot and been wrong about how A.J. Dillon would be more involved as time went on with Aaron Jones getting phased out. This has been the season that it's finally hit for me. It started to happen more and more lately. Now that he has the whole backfield to himself, I expect a monster game from A.J. Dillon this week. With 2 touchdowns on Sunday, is Tyler Conklin a tight end that we should be looking to start streaming?
I think so. I think they need more targets on the team apart from just Jefferson and Thielen. So I like him as like you said, as a streaming option. If you need him, pick him up.
He's a tight end who scores touchdowns.
Yeah.
He's got at least 5 targets dating back in each week, dating back to week 5. And he's scored his second and third touchdowns of the year last week when he scored twice. So he only had one before that. But with that amount of targets, with that good of an offense, he has a chance to score every week.
Yeah.
And that's really all you can ask for if you don't have a guy named Kittle, Kelsey, or Waller.
Yeah.
Or Andrews, I suppose. There's a few guys, not many. I expect the Packers to win this game 30-24.
I'm going to go Vikings. I feel it.
I'm going to go Vikings because I don't want the Packers to win.
Well, then you guys skull together. I'm not skulling. I'm a Pack.
Skull.
Dolphins play the Jets, and what should be the highlight of the week. Senny, can you name a Dolphins running back?
I think I definitely do know because I cannot think of it though. Like I feel
AJ Green.
No, when you say it, I'm definitely gonna know it. That's like the worst part. No, I can't think of a name.
Myles Gaskin is the starter. Is that the name you know?
Yeah, I've seen the name before, but I would have never pulled it out of my ass.
Yeah, that's Justin's boy. He helped him last year.
Yeah,
but not really. You came dead last. So it didn't help you with anything. Is there anybody on this team you're starting?
Myles Gaskin.
Really? Okay. He's been brutal. I mean, he gets a lot of volume, I guess.
Yeah. He seems to be the every other week kind of guy that he is scoring. I'm going back on what I said that the Jets had a sneaky good defense because this defense is ass.
I don't know why you thought that.
This defense is ass. I think he scores a touchdown this week.
Could happen. I mean, he does get volume.
Yeah.
He had something ridiculous like 2 yards per carry.
I think this year he's averaging like 3.3 yards a carry.
I'll look it up. But yeah,
it's not good at all.
He has not been good. He's been like Jordan Howard-esque from last year, 3.4 yards per carry.
3.4,
yeah.
Jalen Waddle had this pass.
Let's see if I can find the game. Oh, this is the one I was talking about. Against the Texans, 20 carries, 34 yards.
Yeah, that's bad.
And against the Texans.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is as good of a matchup as you're going to get.
Yeah, and I guess Gesicki too.
Oh yeah, Gesicki's been a good tight end.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't have a catch last week, I'm not concerned about it.
Yeah.
He's still going to dominate target share. Enough about the Dolphins. I feel like we've spent enough time here. Let's talk about another team that doesn't deserve much time. Michael Carter's stock continues to rise in this Jets offense. Do you share a similar feeling toward Elijah Moore, Justin?
I do. I think, he's getting the targets. He's scoring touchdowns. The team is going to be down, so throw it to him.
Okay, good analysis. He's got at least 6 targets in each of the past 4 weeks, which you love to see. 3 touchdowns in his last 2 games. His stock is definitely going up. Corey Davis is still in the mix.
Yeah.
He and Moore, I think, are both borderline flex plays every week. Moore is just a more exciting guy.
Yep. Ooh, more is more.
More is more. Ugly game, but Miami wins 19-14.
I'm going to go Jets 7-3.
Boys. 7-3. Barn burner.
No, I'm saying Miami.
Okay.
Which completely goes back on what I said with Myles Gaskin scoring a touchdown.
Yeah.
10-7.
So they're gonna get a 1-point safety on an extra point attempt, and then get an actual safety.
Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't help you. Myles Gaskin still doesn't score in this scenario. Let's talk about a game that I'm looking even less forward to than that one: the Saints and the Eagles. Mark Ingram, too, filled in nicely for Alvin Kamara this week with over 20 fantasy points. Are you starting any Saint who isn't a running back?
Not with any kind of confidence. No one else has really shown their worth this year.
Yeah,
Kamara was the only bright spot on the team. Getting Ingram back, I think, was nice.
Yep.
It'll take some of the pressure off of him. And, yeah, he filled in nicely, but no one else I'm starting.
Yeah, the only other name I would keep an eye on is Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
If he ends up getting the starting job, I think he has real value as a quarterback in fantasy football because of how likely he is to score rushing touchdowns and get rushing points. But for as long as Trevor Siemian is a starter, and even when James Winston was a starter, no one that's not a running back
He's getting anything, yeah.
I feel I'm going to die. A lot of indigestion just slowly rising as I'm trying to get through my Saints card. Eagles time. I'm done trying to figure out this backfield. But Devonte Smith has strung together consecutive 22.6 point performances. Exact number, 22.6. Don't expect that to happen every single week, but do expect another strong showing from him this weekend.
I do. I think that this game could be high scoring. Has the potential.
I agree.
But I think it's going to be going through like the running game for both teams.
Yeah, and at least with the Saints, you know who is going to get the rushing volume. Alvin Kamara will probably be like a 70-30 type of split, and he'll get more receiving volume. Mark Ingram is a fine flex option in deep leagues. I don't feel good about starting a Boston Scott, Kenneth Gainwell. Miles Sanders might be back this week even, but even when he does return, who knows what they're going to do.
Yeah, I mean, he was brutal before he got hurt.
Yeah, so my preferred options on the Eagles would be Devonte Smith, Jalen Hurts, and Dallas Goedert.
If he plays.
If he plays, he is questionable.
Yeah, that was a bad hit.
0-0 tie.
All right.
This is almost impossible to pick.
I'm going Saints.
I guess I have to go Eagles.
There's a reason I didn't pick a winner or a touchdown.
I really don't like the Eagles, but I hate the Saints.
Next, Washington plays Carolina. The Washington shocked Tampa Bay on Sunday, and Antonio Gibson has had his best game of the season as he scored 2 touchdowns. Is he back in our good graces, Justin?
I don't think he's done. I don't think one game is enough to get him back on our good side. I mean, for the majority of the season, he's just been brutal.
I agree. And even in the 2 touchdown performance, it isn't like he played well.
Yeah.
26 touches, 78 total yards. He has 0 games with over 100 yards rushing this season and fewer than 70 yards in all but 1 game this season. So I'm going to be the first to say it. Antonio Gibson, not so great at football.
Yeah.
He just isn't.
Bust.
He hasn't done anything that shows that he is worthy of where he was drafted. He is a low-end running back too, high-end flex play. But I wouldn't expect the monster performances that he should be getting. Guy played wide receiver in college. Barely catches the ball.
Yeah.
I would still rather have J.D. McKissic going forward. Carolina also upset their opponent in the Cardinals on Sunday, and we saw Cam Newton score 2 touchdowns. What impact will he have on this offense once he becomes the full-time starter, which could be as soon as this week, Justin?
I mean, I'm hoping it opens up more down the field for the receivers, just because I feel like they're going to keep someone low just to monitor Cam. So, but I think with that, he might take a lot of those goal line touches.
Yes.
He's always been that way.
Yep.
And I don't see that changing. I mean, it happened this past week.
Yeah, it did, and he wasn't even starting. So that was super annoying that both times they got in at the goal line, Christian McCaffrey didn't get the ball at all. But McCaffrey, I still think, is a top 5 play even with this.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But I do expect Cam to vulture a lot of his touchdowns, which is super annoying. I'm hoping that DJ Moore becomes more useful.
I hope so, too.
With Cam in the lineup. And even Robbie Anderson scored a touchdown. So I do think the offense will be better with Cam Newton. Not that it could have been much worse.
Yeah.
I think Carolina wins 28-24.
Yeah, I'm going Panthers.
Yeah, me too.
Our last 1 o'clock game is the 49ers and the Jaguars. 49ers moved the ball efficiently on Monday night, and we're all well aware that Debo and Kittle are lineup locks. Are you still inserting Brandon Ayuk into your lineup, Justin?
I don't think so. It seems that since Kittle has found his groove, it's going to be Debo and Kittle. And then whichever running back gets the ball.
I still view Ayuk as a flex play, which is what I viewed him as before Kittle came back, as the season progressed. He, for whatever reason, was in the doghouse or had a nagging injury that we didn't hear much about. And he just wasn't getting the kind of playing time that we expected to see in the preseason. And I still don't expect him to get a high target share in this offense, especially with Debo and Kittle both healthy. But I do think his role is increasing every week. I still do think that he can return some value. So he's a bit of a risky flex play depending on matchup for me. And this week against the Jags, I could see them airing the ball out a little bit more than they were able to do against the Rams.
Yeah.
Other than James Robinson, does Jacksonville have another consistently startable option, Justin?
I mean, Dan Arnold's making a good case for himself, but other than him, no one else I can think of. The wide receivers have not looked great. The games that they haven't been consistent.
Yeah, Jamal Agnew was their best receiver. I don't believe he had a catch.
Yeah.
He just had a long touchdown run. That's very fluky and not likely to be repeatable. But Dan Arnold has at least 7 targets and 60 yards in 3 straight games. So for a position that's as brutal as it is, I do think Dan Arnold is worth picking up if he's available. I'll take the 49ers to win this game 27-13.
Yeah, I'm going Niners.
Okay, Niners.
Do it, Senny. Come on, pick.
No, I just really don't like the Niners.
Oh, you should have picked the Jags.
You can still do it.
Yeah, I'm going to Jags.
Jag down.
You peer pressured him.
I'll drink to that. Happy Thirsty Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. This week we have the Patriots and the Falcons. I'm drinking In Absentia by Brick and Feather Brewery. It is located, I believe, in Boston, definitely in Massachusetts. Turner Falls, Massachusetts.
I have zero clue where that is.
Yeah, I had never heard of them before either, but this is a pretty good, solid IPA. It's a little bit, I don't want to say malty, but not very strong on juiciness or hoppiness.
Yeah.
It's a little dry.
Yeah, I get dryness. I would probably say malty.
Malty?
Yeah, I mean, that's what I got on the nose.
yeah,
You can smell like the grain.
Yeah, it didn't feel like the right word, but I suppose it is. So
Yeah.
it's a bit of a malty and dry IPA. Nice flavor profile, nice good mouthfeel. I like this IPA.
You sound like a child.
I know. Well, I
Drinking an IPA.
don't need dinner before we record this. So when I have to chug a Smirnoff Ice, I get a little tipsy
Yeah.
pretty quick. So I'm covering the Patriots, obviously, since I have this Massachusetts beer. If Damian Harris is forced to miss another game with a concussion, I do like Ramador Stevenson again this week. He has another good matchup.
It sounds like a made-up name.
Yeah, I was just going to say that sounds like you made it up.
Ramador.
Ramadore.
Vince would have beat me if he had him in his lineup.
Oh, that's always a tough break. By a lot, too, yeah. That's tough. Jacoby Myers finally scored a receiving touchdown.
That was great to see.
It was. I felt really good for
Yeah.
him. And all his teammates ganged up on him and hugged him, even though they were up by like 40 fucking points.
Blew him out.
That's why I was
Dove in the
that's
end zone
why
like
I was-
Superman.
That's why it was so great. I loved watching that. Anyway, he finally scored, but
Yeah.
he still remains a bit of a deep league flex play. Not a whole lot of upside. Obviously, he doesn't score much. I think that's true with the other receivers on the team due to New England's run-heavy approach. But I do like Hunter Henry, as he is a tight end who scores touchdowns in the NFL. New England's defense has been excellent lately, so I do like them this week against the Falcons, who are not good and just got shit all over by the Cowboys, who I don't think have a great defense. And Fantasy's number one kicker is Nick Folk. If he's still available in your league, he is a must-add and start. It is truly an old-school team. They
Yeah.
don't go for it often on fourth down. Bill Belichick wants to run the ball and play defense. Got to respect that. Not a whole lot of fantasy value to glean from this offense, but that kicker, that defense, and those running backs, I'm in. I'll take them to beat Atlanta 26-16. So, Justin, tell us what you're drinking and give us your notes on the Falcons and let us know who you think wins the game.
Sure. So I am drinking 420 strain Mango Kush Wheat Ale.
Blaze it, brother.
Yeah, from Sweetwater Brewing. Cool bottle. It's got a little bonefish guy with some smoke in the background. I like this beer a lot more than I thought I would. You definitely get, I mean, it, especially when I cracked the bottle, it smelled like weed. You get, Vince, you might like it.
I was looking over events. I was like, does he perked up thinking about this weed beer?
Yeah. I mean, but you get like that sweetness from like the mango on the end. It's nice and light. I mean, I might go back and get more of this, to be honest with you.
Glad you like it.
Not today though.
It is a little sticky icky, I gotta say.
Yeah. I do not like the Falcons in this matchup at all. I mean, the team's banged up. Cordarrelle Patterson would be the only running back option that I would like, but he's banged up as well.
Might not play.
Yeah.
Looks like he won't.
Yeah. So, I mean, maybe we see some flashes of what Mike Davis was showing last year when he filled in.
Good one, Justin.
Well, oh.
Mike Davis being good this year.
Yeah. I mean, he filled in okay last year for McCaffrey. I like Kyle Pitts, and really the other receiving options on the team until Calvin Ridley comes back, there's really none that I'm chomping at the bit to pick up.
Olamide Zacchaeus.
Yeah. I mean, he had 8 points last week, I think.
No, he wasn't great.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he had that many.
And I mean, even Matt Ryan in years past, I would like him as like a streaming option, especially against this Patriots defense. Not big on him either, but I like Kyle Pitts, and I'm going with the Patriots.
Okay. Saying who you picking?
Patriots for sure.
Okay.
Falcons suck at football.
They do. Time to talk about the 4 o'clock games. We begin with the Bengals and the Raiders. With the emergence of Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, does Tyler Boyd still hold fantasy value?
I don't think so. I mean, if any, not much. Yeah, no.
Agreed. I think that's all there is to be said about it. He's a risky flex play at best every week. Brian Edwards led Raiders receivers in fantasy points on Sunday night. With Henry Ruggs no longer being a member of the team, does Edwards see increased value, Justin?
I don't think so. It was just a pretty sloppy game overall for the team. And he hasn't been consistent really at all throughout the year. So, I mean, if he can string together a couple nice games, maybe, but right now I'm not putting my faith in him.
Yeah, I don't think the upside is there. He's got 4 targets each of the past 4 games, so not a ton of volume. Mm-hmm. Only 4 games this season with more than 10 points. No games with over 20. Darren Waller is the receiving option you want, followed by Hunter Renfrow.
Yeah.
And then Josh Jacobs, I guess. I don't like him.
Waller's not scoring touchdowns.
No, but he's a tight end. I mean, he's still a better option. He still gets red zone looks. He had He had one called back from penalty the other night, and they were just outmatched that whole game anyway.
Yeah.
I think the Raiders get back on track and win this game by a field goal, 27-24.
I do too. I'm going Raiders.
Yeah, I'm going Raiders.
This next one will hopefully be a great offensive showing. We have the Cowboys and the Chiefs. Cowboys smacked the shit out of the Falcons, and Dak looked more like himself. But Amari Cooper had another disappointing performance. Mm-hmm. Has he become a boomer bust starter at this point?
I think so. I mean, he's like the boomer bust type of starter where it's really hard to bench him. I mean, Mike Williams is a prime example of boomer bust, and he's sitting on my bench until he proves me otherwise. But Amari Cooper, I don't think that I would be taking that chance just because of how high-powered that offense is. Yeah,
I mean, all of them have a chance to score every week, and there's so many mouths to feed. It's not like you can predict when he's going to be good or when he's going to be bad. But yeah, I would not feel great about having him as one of my top receivers.
Yeah.
He is boom bust. It's just a fact. And for the Chiefs, are they back?
I think they're back. 3-game winning streak. Yeah, Chiefs are back.
Chiefs are back. Well, we shall see for sure. The running back situation, I think, is the only thing to really talk about here. You know you're still going to start the other ones, even if they're not back. Not the running backs. Kelsey, you understand what I'm saying. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, if he returns, do you think that he'll jump right into that starting running back role again, or will it be more of a committee?
I think it's going to be more of a committee. I think even moving forward, it'll be more of a committee. Just to try to spread the ball around. I mean, it's been working as of late.
Well, Darrell Williams is the one you want.
Yeah.
And he's been
That's what I would say.
He's been good, so I can't imagine Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who hasn't been impressive thus far in his career, comes back and just takes over the lion's share of the touches. So if I have him, I'm not starting him this week unless I have no other option. I think and hope this will be a fun game to watch. I'm going to take Dallas to win 36-32.
Yeah, I'm going Dallas too.
Yeah, Dallas are just too good now.
Wow. All right, so the Chiefs are going to win by 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Next, an NFC West matchup. Cardinals play the Seahawks. Last week, it appeared as though the Cardinals needed Kyler Murray to return. If he and Hopkins are both forced to miss a 3rd consecutive game, are there any other startable options on the team?
James Conner and Christian Kirk.
Kirk is still, I think, risky. James Conner for sure.
James is a must play.
James Conner is a must play for as long as Chase Edmonds is out. Yeah. Christian Kirk, Rondale Moore, AJ Green, I view all those guys about the same, with or without DeAndre Hopkins. Kirk is probably my favorite, but that's just because I like his name.
It's a cool name.
I agree.
Yeah.
I like his name.
But yeah, Connor is the only one I feel 100% certain should be in your lineup. Hopefully both of those guys return.
Yeah.
Their offense will be better. This would be a more entertaining game to watch. Senny, can you name a running back on the Seahawks?
I do know too, but I can't think of it.
It's a shame.
Throw a name out there.
If you pull this out, Justin's
I was
doing
gonna say.
I'm just annoyed too because I really do think that I know.
If he gets this right, he's got the fantasy football app open.
No, I wouldn't.
I know.
No, I can't think.
Nothing.
Damn. I was hoping to do an ice.
Yeah, my boy the mattress, Chris Carson.
Yeah, I wouldn't have thought of that.
The other two,
but I wouldn't have thought of it.
the others on the team that you've probably never heard of: Alex Collins,
I've never heard the name before.
Rashad Penny,
I think you made that up.
and Travis Homer.
Yeah, those are all made up people.
Travis Homer sounds the most made up.
It does. Sounds like a Simpsons character.
Yeah.
Justin, if Chris Carson is able to play this week, would you advise starting him?
Yes, but I would be very hesitant, or I would very much temper expectations if starting him because he is the best back in this offense. But I mean, he's coming back after 4 or 5 weeks being out, something
Probably
like that.
more than that.
Yeah. So I don't think it's going to be all systems go once he comes back.
I would not start him. I don't feel good about it. His neck's been a very finicky issue for the whole season, pretty much, it feels like. I don't know what the offense is going to look like when he returns.
Yeah.
So I want to see it before I put him in my lineup. I will take the Cardinals to win if Murray plays and the Seahawks to win if he does not.
I'm going to go Seahawks regardless.
I'm going Cardinals regardless.
Oh, interesting. 3 different takes on one game.
That's like the...
And Vince, you want to pick a tie for this one?
Yeah.
All right, tie, full circle. Third tie of the week. It's going to be a big week, ladies and gentlemen, a historic week in the NFL, and it's going to be capped off with Sunday Night Football.
We've been waiting all day for Sunday night.
Senny, what have you been waiting all day to talk about?
I've been waiting all day to talk about fall.
Like
So-
autumn, fall?
Yes. I don't think I've ever called it autumn. So it's
You
just fun.
pause because that's the name of a porn star.
I didn't even think about that, honestly. But it's funny because obviously we just had daylight savings, and you've seen how like dramatic the difference is. Obviously, it's like 5 o'clock and it's pitch black.
Yeah, the last hour of my shift, I
And-
work in the dark.
And I get to work
5 o'clock somewhere.
at 6:30, and it's fucking bright now, which is like super weird.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about how like everyone has like their favorite seasons, and I was like, there's always people who like they post the pictures, like they can't wait for summer. It's the typical girl thing, they're like posting they're getting in shape, can't wait to be back on the beach,
Yeah.
blah blah blah. I could call people out, but I won't. I'm not personally a summer person. I am of the belief that fall is without a doubt the best season.
Yeah.
I think it's just a fact. I think there's a lot of things about fall that make it the best. And again, I think that you can't argue with me personally on this because a lot of people associate fall with school, and that may be why they don't like it. Well, obviously, I fucking work in a school, so like I don't let that ruin fall for me. So I got married in the fall, and that was completely intentional because I just think weather in fall is the best.
Yeah.
We already know this about me. I really don't like being outside in general, but I really don't like heat. And I really obviously can't do anything about heat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can't take off more clothes. And I think winter is, suck.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's absolute.
Cold is not for me. But I think fall weather is perfect. I know some people prefer spring, but I mean, for me, it's like hoodie weather is the ideal weather.
Yeah, hoodie and shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I personally really like rain, so like just that autumn, whatever the fuck that is, weather is like ideal for me. Obviously, we all know football comes back in the fall, which is one of the biggest reasons why it's actually exciting compared to other seasons. For me, it's soccer season. So like, I associate fall with soccer, so it's always been a big part of my life. And in the fall, it doesn't really matter as much what shape you're in, so like I can drink more and eat more and like not feel bad about it.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, Halloween.
We're going to get there.
Yeah, the best. I just think all the best stuff is in the fall. So I don't know if you guys want to share why you agree that fall is the best, and if you don't, then you don't have to talk. It's fine.
Fall is the best.
Yeah.
The only other season that is an acceptable answer is spring, I suppose, because spring and fall weather are very comparable. But there's allergies in the spring and there aren't allergies in the fall.
Agreed.
Football, this is in the fall. Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas season takes place in the fall.
Yeah.
It's true.
And Christmas season is better than Christmas Day. We can talk. That could be a topic for another day.
Oh, yeah.
That is facts.
I mean,
But-
Christmas only misses fall by like 4 days.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like December 1st through 21st.
Oh my god, it only misses fall by 4 days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never thought about that before.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's nuts. Oh
And that's the best time of the year. It's the most wonderful time of
It
the
is,
year.
yeah.
my god, Christmas season is in the fall.
Yeah.
I'm mind blown. Like what?
So I'm sorry I broke down how seasons worked for you, but I'm happy that
Whoa.
I'm happy I could blow your mind. So yeah, it's not even a question for me. It's easily fall. It's easily Halloween season, Christmas season. Thanksgiving is probably my favorite holiday because I like to drink and be fat. And next week we finally get to talk about Thanksgiving. That's my favorite episode we do. We do this in the fall. I play football in the fall. The weather is perfect. Shorts and a hoodie, like Justin said.
Yep.
Best outfit combination. I think I've wrapped everything up. But if you guys have any other crumbs to talk about, please continue.
I want to say, adding on to that, like the good sports come back, not just football. We get hockey, we get basketball.
Basketball starts too.
Fuck baseball.
Yeah, no one cares about baseball.
Baseball ends in the fall.
Oh, well, that's perfect, right?
Yeah.
Right after the World Series, things are better.
It's
Right.
it's just the time of year where like you can go outside and be comfortable in whatever you're wearing. In the summer, it sucks because you're always sweating. In the winter, it sucks
I don't
'cause you're
like
always
sweating being alive. Like if I wake up in the fall, I'm good.
Yeah.
But wake up in the summer, go out to get the. Well, I don't have to go out and get the mail, but
It's just not
Swamp
as
ass.
comfortable.
yeah,
Swamp ass is the big
Yeah,
reason
there's
I
no
hate it.
swamp ass in November.
No.
There's swamp ass in August.
we need T-shirts with that. There's no swamp ass in November.
Reasons why fall's the best.
I guess the only other thing that I would add is like sitting outside around like a bonfire is always better in like the fall than it would be on a hot summer night.
Yeah, agreed. Everything about the fall is awesome, and everything about football is awesome.
Yeah, except the Steelers.
That was the best I could do at a transition. You did it perfectly.
Good segue.
You did it perfectly because the game is the Steelers
Yeah, there you go.
versus the Chargers.
There we go.
Roethlisberger may be back for this game as he is allegedly vaccinated. If he is able to play, which wide receivers are we starting? Ray McLeod paced the position. Before you answer, Ray McLeod paced the position in fantasy points on Sunday's tie to Detroit.
I mean, I think I'm still starting.
Ray McLeod?
No.
I didn't even know he existed, and it's my team.
Yeah.
Ray.
No, I know Ray. Not personally, but
You know Ray.
I'm starting. I'm not personally, but you're still starting Deontay Johnson.
I personally am starting Deontay Johnson.
I mean,
I
I
am
think
too.
if Claypool comes back, I think this game can be high scoring. So I think there's going to be a lot of movement around.
I'm on my bench.
Well, I mean, coming back from an injury, wearing his jersey, have him on the bench.
Mapletron.
But with confidence, the only one that I'm starting is Deontay Johnson.
Yep. And Najee Harris is good at football. Ray McLeod, though, led the team fantasy points from wide receivers. Can't ever forget.
I will not.
I think, honestly, just to continue talking about Ray McLeod, more than anybody else would, you're not getting this covered anywhere
Sounds like
else.
a rapper name.
Ray McLeod. Ray McLeod. SoundCloud.
There you go.
Easy for me to say.
Yeah.
It could be because May Rudolph practices with him more. So Ray got more from May,
Yeah.
while Ben had the COVID.
Covey Wovey.
Wovey.
And the Pandy Wandy.
Bars. Whoa.
It's actually
The
a
Pandy
great
Wandy.
explanation for why he got the ball.
Analysis.
Ray got it from May.
No, just the fact that they practiced together.
Yeah,
so
it
that's
sounds like
actually
grandma.
hilarious.
Ball.
Second team reps.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it makes sense. This is why I need to be fully employed. After another pedestrian performance, are you still considering fellow Justin Herbert, a must start Justin? Is Justin a must start Justin?
It's tough. I want to say yes, but I mean, the numbers really aren't there. So with confidence, no. But I mean, if you don't have a better option, you have to start him.
Yeah, he's got fewer than 14 points in 3 of his last 4 games. Pittsburgh still has one of the better defenses in the league. They don't give up a ton of points.
Yeah.
So you probably don't have a better option. And Justin Herbert, I still think, is one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But from what we care about fantasy football, he needs touchdowns to be productive. So you need to hope that he throws more than Austin Eckler runs in. I know you personally don't.
Well, he threw one to Austin Eckler this past week.
Well, yeah. But he doesn't run that much, so he needs to be throwing touchdowns to get fantasy points. I would think the Chargers are going to win this game 23-17.
Yeah, I do too. I think if it was in Pittsburgh, I'm going with the Steelers, but with it being out in LA,
Yeah.
I'm going Chargers.
Well, I'm not picking against my team, so I'm saying the Steelers.
Speaking of picking against your team, the Giants play the Bucks on Monday night. Saquon Barkley and Sterling Shepard will each have a chance to return this week, but what should managers expect from them if they do?
I think Sterling Shepard will perform closer to his expected value than Saquon would be if they're perfectly healthy for the full year. I mean, you might know. Well, you do know more about the Giants than I do.
Maybe.
But I'd hope with Saquon they would kind of be cautious, but I think they're going to be playing uphill a lot this game.
So in the 3 games before he hurt his ankle, he was getting over 80% of the snap share in that offense. Devontae Booker has been good, but he also was banged up the last time they played. So yeah, I would be tempering expectations, but I think if either of them plays, you have to start them if you have them.
I'm starting him.
Yeah, if especially Saquon. If Saquon plays, you need to start him.
Saquon, no question.
Sterling Shepard, I think, is more of like a flex option. I think they spread that ball around a lot in that offense when everybody's healthy. I still like him the most of all receiving options on the team. You have to start your Buccaneers no matter what, but the offense looked out of sync against the football team on Sunday. Do you expect that to continue on Monday night, Justin?
I don't think so. I think the entire Tampa Bay team is going to come out pissed.
Yeah, I thought they would have last week.
Yeah.
And then the Giants might have had a chance. But I do not see Tampa Bay losing 3 games in a row. I think the Bucs win 27-23.
Yeah,
Giants
I'm going
cover.
Bucs.
Yep, me too.
Okay, Andy, you can come back over here now, and we'll serve you up some fresh pate cat food. Hoo-wee.
Ew.
Dude. Point that towards the camera a little bit. That was...
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, it doesn't...
What?
Okay, well, I don't have a cat, so from
I can
someone
smell
who
it.
has a... Yeah.
I can smell it, too. I've never had a cat either. I mean, I kind
It
of just...
somehow smells better the closer you get.
It sounds appetizing.
All right,
Yeah.
it's kind of like gelatinous around the side, so I'm gonna mix this up.
Yeah, it does kind of look like meat jello. I don't think my description helped him feel any better.
It does look like meat jello.
I think the best way would just be dive in.
Yeah, I think you got to go big
I'd
spoonfuls.
go big spoons.
Big spoonful.
I'd go
I mean,
big
do
spoons.
what you want.
Yeah.
I would go
That
big.
would be-
How about
Vince is bringing in the trash can.
all right.
We'll push. Just in case.
Should I go like
I do not care
Straight
how
in.
you do it.
Straight
you
in.
just gotta do.
clink?
Yeah, I'd just be going as fast as possible.
This ain't good.
It's
We feed this to our cats.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It is gourmet. It's gourmet cat food, so.
Yeah, your best bet would be just as quick
Just
as
let
possible.
him work through it himself.
ooh, wow.
That would definitely be my strategy. But yeah, Vince, grab me a water for him.
Yeah. I have a feeling I'm gonna use this trash can. So
Ooh. You got it, buddy. There you go. Strong. It's nice protein. Get that pumping.
God, it's so hard.
He's making good progress.
Yeah.
Making good progress. Here's the water. Yeah.
Can I wash it down?
Yeah,
You
wash
can-
it down.
yeah.
Yeah. I can see the pain in your eyes. It's okay that you wash it down.
Oh man. It's not even that bad of a taste.
The consistency.
Ooh.
It's a texture thing, and I'm not a texture guy.
Oh man, I got a burp in the face.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. But
Woo-wee.
Would a different flavor made a difference?
this is what? Chicken
Feast.
feast?
Yeah.
Classic pate. Okay, yeah, it's like a...
It is chickeny.
Sunny's back from the bathroom.
The bathroom. You don't need to lie. You can come in if you want, Sonny.
Where was I going?
I meant like you could sit down and start. Swishing it up. Oh yeah.
That's nasty.
Oh fuck, man! You got another. Yeah, we'll do it later. We'll deal with it later. It's fine.
Fuck it. Can we say last?
That.
spoonful?
Yep.
It's good.
That's
You want to try?
I mean, I would, dead ass, so.
There we go.
Strong, Andy.
You don't look like
Good
you're
job.
struggling that much. Can't be that bad.
He almost yacked a couple
Yeah,
times.
I think the first bite was definitely
Yeah.
the worst to look at.
Like that SpongeBob thing where he eats the snail food. You know what I'm
Yeah.
talking about?
Yeah. He turns green and yeah. That. Yeah.
Yeah.
Serving it up Andy's way. Thank you for doing that, Andy.
Yeah.
Now you have to hold the
So
spoon
welcome.
awkwardly while I do the outro, which is kind of
Okay.
funny. But thank you all at home for watching this episode of the Fantasy Beer League. We'll be with you every Wednesday on YouTube with audio-only podcasts available on Apple and Spotify. As always, please like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to get that calendar, you got to let us know soon. We're going to be selling them for a couple more weeks through the end of November. Justin looks very pretty in most of the pictures, very funny in the other ones. As always, you're going to get half-decent advice from half-decent guys. I'm Sean Joyce. He's Justin Giel. And here's Matt Senni with his advice of the week.
If you're hating on pumpkin spice, you should probably just try it. It's not that bad.
Pumpkin spice is good.
I love it.
Good luck in week 11. Record that again. Good luck in week 11.